Kerala State Government Vanida Ratna Puraskaram 2016, VT Bhaktadipad Award, Karma Award, Golden Mother Award by Calicut University, and the list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to welcome Mrs. Shiva Amir to the stage.
Hello dears, this is my humble request, please keep quiet, I will take only 10 minutes. You know, the cost of my ticket is I think around 2 lakh rupees. I spend that money, otherwise Solas spend that money only for these 10 minutes. So you have to, otherwise that money goes to our sick children. So that is very costly. I am here, so please listen. Okay, I will take only 10 minutes. And first of all, English is not my language. It is very tough to speak in English. So these people told me to prepare a speech and to read in front of you. That is also very difficult for me. I can speak only from my heart. But this time I will try to speak like this because our senator is in front of us and Walt is here. Everybody wants to listen what I am saying. So I am reading my speech, okay? Good afternoon to all dignitaries gathered here for this special occasion. I have immense pleasure to be present here and for the opportunity to address once again a compassionate audience here in San Jose. I do not have words to express my sincere joy and happiness that I feel on this occasion. I recall my memory that I was here 5 years back. I think I remember that it's a larger crowd than this. I recall that memory 5 years back. After you all had sat together, expressed your solidarity for working and collecting much needed money for assisting the unfortunate sick children. It was unfortunate due to COVID pandemic, we are not in a position to meeting again during two. Ladies' vision had now become a mechanism to cultivate love and compassion, and it is spreading all over the world. Thank you so much. I'm stopping my speech. That pictures what I saw in Tata Memorial Hospital. People used to ask me that why you are not get tired, you are not getting bored with this work for this. You are really going 22 years with all this. You are not getting fed up. I will not get fed up because I still remember that pain. That's why I am still energetic. I am still involved in all this with the same intention. Those upsetting scenes were so painful for me, and a disparity between the poor and sick seemed very shocking. And this experience lead my mind to a completely different world, seeking answers for this troubling situation. And I have to add on something. At that time, I was thinking, what can I do for these children? Can I donate some money? Definitely, I can donate some money to 3, 10 children. Otherwise, I can collect money to these children. Yes, I can do that. But my choice was the third one. can I donate myself for these 6 children? I did it from past nearly 22 years, I donated myself for these 6 children and the parents. From there itself, I decided to do something possible for this kind of sick children and their distraught families. Above all, I was able to conceive a clear-cut vision and mission of my task ahead of me. For an ordinary housewife who was not having any higher education or even any proper work experience anywhere, it was not an easy task to set up an organization. I spent 7 years for preparing myself to get the courage to start an organization. I spent 7 years. I was very, very reluctant to in my studies and in my textbooks. I can spend 5 minutes, but that person spent 7 years for starting Solus. In order to strengthening myself and also for enhancing my knowledge to form and run an organization, I decided 7 years working all-heartedly in pain and palliative care organization in our area. After overcoming many problems during the year 2007, I was able to establish Solus with support from many, and this was a modest beginning. Our first priority and effort was to build a play therapy unit in Medical College Pediatric Cancer Ward, Thrissur, Kerala. This was a much needed and refreshing occasion for the sick children who were confined after their chemotherapy behind hospitals' glass doors, away from their then classrooms and playgrounds, which I was speaking about that. Thanks, gratitude for all these benevolent contributions. I am sure that everybody is well aware that Solus is earnestly working for sick children, especially children affected with life-threatening diseases, and that too from very poor families who are struggling hard and even unable to meet their daily bread. Behind the motives promoting for the initial formation of Solus, there were a lot of hardship, harsh realities and experience, and people who know Solus also knows that. When my daughter was 13-year-old, she was diagnosed with blood cancer, acute myeloid leukemia. Dr. Meera knows that it is very life-threatening diseases. The doctor said she will live only for three months maybe. Without bone marrow transplantation, but we were able to do the bone marrow transplantation, and she really survived from the cancer, but the side effects of the chemotherapy that left behind her for the 16 years, and she traveled for me to the formation of Solus, and after I formed Solus for 7 years. During that period, I saw hundreds of unfortunate and helpless parents who were helplessly struggling and were unable to save their children due to lack of money to buy medicines and their needs. They were so poor. I saw many sad, heartbroken mothers in that hospital and weeping, even unable to console their sick children or feed them properly. They were uncertain whether their children would live for today, tomorrow, or past, or not. I don't have words to explain how helpless those parents were, and the distressing images of those mothers and fathers weeping silently. I want to say that without reading this. I saw hundreds of mothers who were crying at the bathrooms because they don't have money to feed their children. They don't know whether that children will live tomorrow or not. I saw hundreds of parents don't have money. They cannot save their children only because they are poor. They don't have money. And I saw hundreds of mothers who cannot sit with these children at their bedside when these children are in severe pain because they were hopelessly running for that for the money at that time. That was a thought-provoking pictures in my mind. Still, I remember that I don't want to forget.
സ്നേഹത്തോടെ സംസാരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥലമാണ്, സ്നേഹത്തോടെ ചേർത്ത് വിളിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലമാണ്. സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യത്തിന് അത്രയും ബന്ധം കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്.
Helping with the medical expenses of children under the age of 18 who suffer from long-term or terminal illnesses, finding solutions for the family's social problems, providing a month's worth of food supplies for families who have to quit their jobs to spend their days waiting in hospital corridors while their child fights for its life, and ensuring that the well-being and education of the sick child's healthy
ഇല്ലല്ലോ എന്ന് വേദനിക്കുന്ന അച്ഛനമ്മമാർക്ക് വേണ്ടി എന്താണ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുക എന്ന് ആലോചിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. മെഡിക്കൽ റിപ്പോർട്ട് മാത്രം നമ്മളുടെ ഫയലിൽ ഉണ്ടാവും. മാത്രമല്ല നമ്മൾ അത്ര ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യം എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ ഒരിക്കലും ഡോക്യുമെന്റ്സ് സംസാരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥലമാവരുത്. സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യമാണ് മനുഷ്യനോട്
the isolation of those that stare it in the face every day, and the importance of offering them a shoulder to cry on for all valuable lessons that Shiva learned there.
പണമുള്ളവന് സാധ്യമാവുന്നതും പണമില്ലാത്തവന് സാധ്യമാവാത്തതും തമ്മിലുള്ള അന്തരം അതെനിക്ക് വല്ലാത്തൊരു വേദനിപ്പിച്ചിരുന്നു തന്നെ. അന്ന് ഞാൻ ആലോചിച്ചു എന്താണ് ഈ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി ചെയ്യിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്.
It was at Mumbai's Tata Memorial Hospital, where Shiva had come seeking treatment for her young daughter Nilufar's cancer, that the idea of solace first took shape. What they saw there was life-changing. The helplessness of poor parents who were unable to bear the medical expenses to treat their sick children greatly moved Shiva, despite her own personal crisis. Her solidarity with their plight led to the realization of solace. Upon her return from Mumbai, it was by volunteering at the Palliative Care Center in Thrissur that she learned important lessons in running an organization that never lost sight of its humanity.
Patient of mine. She is 8 years old and has cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is a condition that is caused by an injury to the brain, and this makes the muscles of her body tight. They do not work well to coordinate her movements. There are many kinds of cerebral palsies. The kind she has affects her whole body. She cannot walk on her own, but will stand if supported. To get around, she uses a wheelchair.
The music system.
This is from the California State Senate, of which I'm a member, of course. Teshiva Mir, founder, Solace Charities, in recognition of your tremendous dedication to provide emotional, social, and financial support to children with long-term illnesses and their families. Your service through Solace Charities has touched the lives of thousands of people, and I would say beyond thousands of people. I wish you continued success in your endeavors, and I am grateful for your service to the community. Senator Dave Cortese. Thank you. Good job, children. We love you all. Our honored guest, our distinguished guest here this evening. I'm happy to be here with my wife, Patty, who is currently a board member on the Eastside Union High School District board here in San Jose. Some of you might be from the local area and know that district. But we live just a few minutes away from here. And when I was invited to be here, I thought what a wonderful opportunity to celebrate something not only in my district, but really in my neighborhood. That is doing such good work and such compassionate work abroad. And we, in the position I'm in, we legislators, are very, very fortunate because we get to see, it feels like through a special portal, because of our legislative position sometimes, great work that's being done all over the world, of course, all over the country and all over California. And I think it's one of the very special parts of the job that I'm in. As to Solis Charities, of course, the compassionate work is providing.
I have a humble request to all of you. We got a feedback that people who are sitting beside, it's getting a little hard for them to hear the speakers. So I request you all to keep the volume a little low. And I also request all the kids here, it's great to have you here. I request that you not run around too much near the stage. I would really appreciate that. Once again, request to the children and also everyone seated behind the stage, please keep the volume a little low. Thank you. I want to thank Gunjan for the beautiful welcome speech. Again, request everyone to keep the volume a little low, but I'm going to continue. Hoping that you all can hear me. Next.